Hey everybody, Turbot here. Today I want to show you a few snippets and vids from my recent trip up to the Pacific Northwest, where I visited Seattle, Renton, Cannon Beach, and Astoria, where the Goonies was filmed. Hope you enjoy. I first started my trip in Renton, Washington, where Jimi Hendrix is buried. This is a very large memorial that I thought was going to be much smaller in person. And it is very beautiful, as you can see from the different pictures. And I was there for about an hour and a half waiting for my friend. And within the span of that hour and a half, probably 12 people showed up. I'm surprised it was that busy. He was getting that many visitors because it was really hot outside. But it's crazy how women are actually kissing his portrait in the marble. If I was a girl, I like Jimi Hendrix. Even I wouldn't do that, but especially not since COVID. But it's amazing that you have that kind of legacy. In Seattle, there was a place called the Jupiter Bar. It had a bunch of arcade machines and pinball games, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh, you were getting pleased.
I forgot how to throw.
Oh, that was a nice one.
Damn it, Carter, you son of a bitch.
Nice dodge.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I started my day in Astoria at the Pig and Pancake restaurant, where I had a cup of coffee with cream and sugar, and a Belgian waffle with whipped cream and strawberries. Plus, the view was pretty good as well. My next stop was actually at a place called Cannon Beach, which is about 45 minutes south of Astoria, but it was where some of the shots in the movie The Goonies was filmed, at this place called Haystack Rock. And let me tell you, it was very cold, but it was very beautiful. I also picked up some sand from Cannon Beach as well.
I am currently staring at Haystack Rock in Cannon Beach, Oregon.
I say here that the ending scene of The Goonies was filmed here, but that was actually filmed at a beach in Bodega Bay, California.
Telly Hideout is over down that way. I'll show them pointing. And we'll be there in just a sec. But this is beautiful. Look at this place. Oregon is nothing like much else in the world. You guys can see that, but is that a pelican or what? I'm not really an expert on birds. Someone leave a comment down below.
Up next, I went to this spot up in Nicola State Park, where the hideout of the Fratellis was filmed. The place was called the Lighthouse Lounge, which was only built specifically for the movie, and then immediately torn down afterwards. But here's the spot it was. And plus there's some shots of the view. I next visited the jail, where the beginning of the movie starts, where there's a Jeep parked out front that looks very similar to the one in the movie. The jail is now the home of the Oregon Film Museum. You can go inside and you can get your mugshot taken, like this guy right here. Plus there's also cardboard cutouts of the characters, which I thought was really cool. Plus you can go behind the cells. And then there's Sloth back there, of course. And then if you go all the way to the end, there's One-Eyed Willie's treasure. Plus that you can go inside the cell that he escaped from.
I'm currently in the former jail, also the Oregon Film Museum, where the beginning of the Goonies started, with Jake Fratelli's escape from his cell. This is awesome, and I'll be showing you more in just a moment. Right now we are behind the jail cells that were used in the movie. Look at all that stuff in there. All that merchandise, all that marketing, that is so cool. And then there's Sloth up ahead. This is what it looks like from the outside. Original sketch of, I believe the Fratelli hideout, the Lighthouse Lounge. A bunch of people left a lot of different sayings. There's Spielberg over there. This is very, very cool. Goonies Standy, I think they're called. Monopoly game there. Poster. Amazing.
Here's Data's outfit from the film, along with his James Bond cassette player. I also picked up a couple other souvenirs. I got this metallic Seattle shot glass. I got this Oregon Film Museum magnet in the shape of the state. I got this really colorful and detailed Portland, Oregon magnet that I like a lot. I also picked up this police badge patch in regards to the Goonies. I got a couple Oregon stickers, 2 from Pals, also a Pals bookstore t-shirt. I also picked up a couple Goonie shirts that look pretty cool as well. Up next, I went to the bowling alley where Chunk in the beginning of the movie spreads his piece of pizza and pink milkshake all over the window. You have the option to put on one of these Hawaiian shirts similar to what Chunk wore and take a picture of yourself imitating him from the movie. Now, I didn't have that option, but I thought that was pretty cool. I also visited the Custard King, which is a famous or semi-famous restaurant in Astoria where they have hamburgers and fries and all that. I was in a rush, so I had a mini cup of vanilla ice cream with hot fudge topping on it. You could pick, there was like a bunch of choices that you could pick, but I haven't had hot fudge in a long time, and it was very delicious. The next place I visited was Pier 39, where I wanted to sit on the dock, but I was feeling pretty tired at this point, and I still wanted to go to the Goonies house. So I managed to just walk a few feet, but there were some pretty cool shots that I had taken of me right here.
Hello everybody, I'm currently at Pier 39 in Astoria, Oregon. If you listen closely, if you can hear that are sea lions. Oh, they're very loud now. I can't see them, but they're out there.
Last, but certainly not the least, the piece de resistance. I visited the famous Goonies house.
Hello everybody, I'm currently at the Goonies house in Astoria, Oregon. The owner completely restored it to how it looked in the movie, and it really shows his dedication to how much he loves the movie and how much he cares about us fellow fans. On the left here is also Data's house, which does look a little bit more changed from when it was in the movie, but at least it's still here. And here's the view out to the ocean where you can see the barge, and sometimes you can hear the sea lions in the distance, which I did when I was walking up this way. But yeah, gorgeous.
There are definitely some great shots. The weather started clearing up from earlier. It got a little sunny. It was so cool to see it finally in person, and I am so glad I went. It was an absolute blast.